In your opinion, does this simply kind of come down to the turnovers tonight and the impact that they had?
Yeah, I mean, look, I thought defensively we played exceptionally well, and unfortunately, those type of things in a game like this end up being the difference. And they scored 3 touchdowns off of our first 3 turnovers, and it's just tough to win a game, against a good team like that when you do that.
Sean, you guys didn't seem to take any chances downfield. Was that because of how they were playing you?
Yeah, well, we had some down the field throws actually. Sometimes we're coming off to the underneath throws. We had a couple double spears, and look, we made some plays down the field. Obviously, not enough, but I don't think that was our issue. I thought we did a number of things well, and yet, we just didn't have enough snaps and gave them some pretty good field position.
Coach, the Cooks fumbled there in the third quarter. You had a touchdown lead. Looked like you were driving to take a double-digit lead. How big was that in the game for you?
Yeah, they're all significant. It was a third down, it was a real good play by him, and obviously a real good play by Winfield, a headsy play. That was significant in that we, just crossed midfield, I think, and we're going to be first down. The drive to start the second half was encouraging, and I just think, look, it's hard to beat a team that's in the playoffs in this divisional round of the playoffs when you have that lopsided of a turnover ratio. And you credit Tampa Bay; they did enough things and played well to win.
Sean, if this is the end of the Drew Brees and Sean Payton era together, how do you encapsulate what he's meant to you?
Oh, listen, I think that's probably for another press conference. And I can't speak for Drew. Obviously, I would take up all of my time on your question tonight. And I think that I do think it's for another press conference. And obviously, he's been tremendous for this team, this city. I could go on and on, but let's wait and answer that at the right time.
Sean, what do you think? What do you think went behind some of the interceptions in particular? Was there anything that you saw that kind of tied them together, or was it just kind of the way the
entirely different type plays? Look, the first one was a tight man-to-man coverage, almost a leverage play. The second turnover, I think, was on the third down conversion, the fumble. And look, we'll look at the film, and but I think they were different in each one of them. And then the last one, we're in a little bit more of an aggressive mindset or mode. But give those guys credit. They played well.
I really felt like Mike Thomas was on the mend. Did they do anything to attack him in a really effective way tonight?
No, listen, he drew the matchup that we thought, and those guys competed. And unfortunately, we didn't get enough attempts or enough balls his way. But that was part of the way that game was unfolding. We got a lot of man coverage and occasionally some zone. But, when you get into these games, there really aren't that many surprises. It's more about the attention to details, and it's guys going out and executing and doing all of those things. And that's the frustrating thing about the turnovers. But there was nothing, a lot of man coverage, which is what you get from Tampa.
Sean, did you have to change your game plan up at all when you realized you didn't have Taysom and Latavius in there, or did you kind of have a sense that was going to be the case today?
Yeah, I think we kind of had that sense, and so we were mindful when the week began not to maybe draw too much attention to those packages. Each of them are different players, so and then I think, look, Deontay getting hurt, man, he was electric to start the game, and I felt bad that he couldn't finish because he's given us a real good spark. But hopefully those guys are healthy, and I'll have a chance to check with the trainers right now, and then we'll have a meeting tomorrow.
How big was Tampa's offense on third down, especially in that second half? It seemed like you guys maybe just kind of struggled to get off the field a little bit there.
Well, look, I think it kind of went back and forth. Obviously, later in the game with the lead, it became a little bit more challenging. You could definitely tell that they made that conscientious effort to run the ball, and they did a good job at times with that. I thought we did the same thing. But look, it's a good team, and I just finished telling DA I thought defensively, you look at their first score. If we look at drive starts, it was kind of the opposite of really the last game we played them in Tampa. If you're going to look at where each team is starting with the football, it was kind of the tale of two different games.
Coach, how big of a problem?
Both of those guys, he and Levante, man, just like our guys, they're fast to the football. You've got to account for him not only in the run game, but he's real good in coverage, and he's a good player.
The way they use Fournette when he really got going, is this a game where you miss Quan Alexander? Did you feel like they kind of targeted Alex Anzalone?
That wouldn't be accurate. I think that no one targets. I mean, there's a lot that goes into defending the run, and like I said early on, man, we did that well, and then just too many downs you're defending. I can't say that enough, but that was not just one player. I think that would be inaccurate. All right, thank you guys.